Is it the modern day breathalyzer for pot? There's a new app that claims it can tell if a person is too high to drive.
But police in our area say not so fast. Put on the brakes. 13 Action News reporter Parker Collins is live with what both sides have to say. Parker?
Beth and Dana, there's some uncertainty about how long after doing pot can you start to drive again. But that's where this app comes into play. It's called DRUID. I've downloaded it on my phone for 99 cents. It claims you can take a few tests in just about 2 minutes, and then you can decide whether or not you should get behind the wheel. That's what the maker claims, and you can see it in this box beside me.
Police were saying there's no way to measure impairment. And I've spent my career, the last 40 years, measuring things, and I thought I could do that.
On the left, you can see instructions, and the black screen on the right is one of the tests. You're supposed to touch different parts of the screen depending on the shape that appears. The developer is a psychologist. He says you should test yourself when you're sober to get a baseline. Then, the more you use it, the more accurate it becomes. It gives you a score from 0 to 100. The higher, the more impaired, and he says over 50 is significant. I brought this to a drug recognition expert and patrol officer over in Henderson. I even had him try it. His opinion was clear.
I wouldn't trust my safety or the safety of the general public to an app like this.
Of course, in court, they rely on lab results. There's a legal limit for pot, just like there is for alcohol. Beth and Dana.
Yeah, and Parker, I remember when a few years back when police first had to start thinking about this, I remember the sheriff saying it was going to be tough to detect if people were, driving under the influence of marijuana. So what do they do now? Can they tell if it's alcohol or pot? What kind of test do they do?
Well, over the next year, Henderson's adding a standard test to their field sobriety list of tests they do. It's called the convergence test, and simply following an officer's finger like this, and they say that helps them know whether someone is specifically high on marijuana.
Interesting. Thanks, Parker.
All right, this morning.